Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is leurbanretreat. Terryann Nikita's here, and I'm bringing you the World Healing Session. And today I worked with a group and we started talking about the liver, and then we went on to communication and communication skills. So we've already had a really good, or at least I have had a good release on the work that we started. And here we're just going to work with a nice summary and see if anything else shows up that we need to work with. So, number one, we want to get the liver to organize its production of proteins and allow the synthesis of glucose into glycogen and store that storage. So anyone who's having problems with the storage of iron, we're going to get the liver to improve its capacity by repairing the storage. So that's the first thing we're going to work with. And there we go. Lots of burping on this one. And the next part is let's get those proteins, because a lot of the sessions we do, whether it's online here or in private, when I do private sessions, we want to get our amino acids working really well. We want to get our proteins synthesized. And also, I'm thinking of stem cells to make sure those stem cells are in production. So there's no repair here, it's just increasing the production. And then if we need to repair amino acid synthesis into proteins, amino acid synthesis into proteins or protein synthesis. So I'm seeing blood, I'm watching the hepatic artery and vein, just getting that transfer. Now, one of the things that we look at, or several of the things we look at in the liver, is the consciousness of the liver. So we're going to get creativity coming up in the liver. We also have organization, we have planning. And then when it goes to the gallbladder, that's when we get catalyzation. Also, the liver and the gallbladder use the energy of anger to move stuff. So if we want to organize and plan things, and then we want to catalyze those things in action, we use liver gallbladder energy, which is anger, to get them moving. Also, a simple one is getting blood to return to the heart. In Chinese medicine, anger is what gets the blood, not being angry, just the energy. Just call it energy. Let's call it your little battery. Just call it the gas on pedal in the car. That's what that anger does. And it's very, very healthy, and we need it. And the next piece is we talked about communication and being able to communicate. And I looked at several subjects. One is, sure, we can organize a topic that we want to talk about, but we also need to have self-control. We can't have self-control if we're emotional. So what we need to do is work with the breath, and that's going to be lung energy. So we breathe and help ourselves regain control, especially if you're having a conversation with someone and you're getting really emotional. You want to breathe. Just a simple breath. You inhale, hold it, exhale, hold. That's called box breathing. You could just breathe like that. And right away, you could just check in, notice, how do you feel? Yeah, right away, more relaxed, less tension, shoulders came down. Now, the liver is also located and kind of attached to the diaphragm. So when you're breathing and you're opening the diaphragm, you're also going to support your liver. Okay. So here we're looking at energetically watching lungs. Lungs allow you to breathe and synthesize your emotions. It's synthesis. We need those emotions. They might have to leave the body. They might have to be understood by the lungs. But no matter what, an emotion, when it comes up, we need to breathe, goes down to the diaphragm and then out the colon. That's the mechanism. If the body doesn't do that, what do you think would happen? Same as happens with anything else. You eat too much, it gets stored as fat. You have emotion that doesn't get synthesized or used. So calories in, calories out, too many calories in, they stay in. Emotions, if they don't go in or can't rise up really, they rise up within us and they need to just move. They don't need to be expressed. They don't need to be put into words. You could have a tear, you could have a breath, whatever it is, those emotions need to move. Fear, usually we contract. So animals, humans tend to forget this, but it's a really good thing to do. If you're if you're afraid, you become afraid, the body freezes. Then once the event is over, the body is supposed to shake. A lot of us humans, we decide, oh, that's ridiculous that we shake, but we should shake. We shake the fear out of the body. So there's another way of doing that. Anger is just a movement, usually when it's healthy and natural. My favorite time that anger comes up is when I walk into my office and it's got, every day things got a little bit messier and messier and messier. And I'm like, oh, I should clean it. I should organize it. Oh, but I don't have enough time. And then one day I walk in and I get so angry and I have this massive smile because I start clearing everything and it just happens so quickly and so easily. So that's my favorite kind of anger movement that works. So remember, you need to take care of yourself and your lungs and your breathing. So obviously food, water, breathing, and sleep, really important factors, and exercise to get those lungs working. And if you can't do all those things, it's to remember to breathe. And you can do this any time of day, any moment of the day, so that you're taking care of whatever emotions are coming up in the body. They don't have to be affiliated to an event. Emotions just are constantly occurring in the body. All right. So we're going to relate this also to communication. So this is your throat chakra, how we communicate. But that's energetically it's communication, but everything else is coming in. How is your brain working? If you're not getting enough exercise, your brain is not going to function as well. If you're, not hydrated, the brain's not going to function as well. So that brain's got to be working so you're better able to gain control over yourself so your brains can work. But let's remember, I say brains, you're just one big brain. That's the body brain, same thing. There's no difference. People used to say the brain is the mind, which it is not. It is the physical aspect. The mind is very different. Thoughts are very different. Thoughts are not really in your brain, even though you could stimulate things in the brain and get smells and sounds. Sure, you're going to have those kinds of things, but the mind is interfaced with the body. That's why we work with body mind. We don't separate brain, and something else. It's body and mind. That's what we're working with. So when it comes to your mind, of course, how do we deal with that? Well, usually it's meditation. Usually it's learning that your thoughts are meaningless, really. My favorite, I used to say this really often, is that we really are not special and we're not important. And I was listening to a gal, a Greek girl actually, Evie Puras on TED Talks Athens, and it's in English. She's an American, and she was saying so many of the things that I've said. I thought, what is this in Greek blood or something? She was just saying we are not special, and I thought, well, that is so much what I thought is every time if you think or someone thinks they're special, you're going to have a problem in life. So there's this lack of specialness that we need to, I think, get in tune with, that we're very, very ordinary and we act a lot healthier when we're ordinary, when we understand that ordinariness. The moment we think we're special and we need kudos and we need all kinds of things, we're no longer here. We aren't present. We've just lost, the the presence that is required to being here. So that's another way to deal with the mind is look at your mind and go, look, you're not special. I'm not special. Stop thinking, even if you think, well, I'm the ugliest person in the world, that still makes you special. I'm the prettiest person in the world. That still makes you special. I'm the most this, or I'm the least that, or I'm not good enough. That gives you a special category. You're not special. We're all good at stuff. We're all bad at stuff, but we all have our own individual wisdom that we can bring out. Sure, we're an individual. If you say, oh, yes, we're all individuals, so we're all special in our own way. Okay, right? Who cares? We're all special, which means nobody's special. So that really is its own conclusion. So maybe try that when your thoughts are overpowering you. Because I bring this up because meditation, I used to meditate 8 to 10 hours a day, and it kind of fried out my nervous system instead of doing the opposite where you're meditating 10 hours a day. So I stopped doing it because it would keep frying out my nervous system. So I had to learn other ways to deal with the nervous system and the mind and that mind nervous system body connection rather than doing that. So for me, it was I'm not special. All my thoughts are poop. And the more I look at my thoughts and think about my thoughts and analyze my thoughts, the more poop I create, which is ridiculous. Just breathe and be here. You could say, in a way, it's its own meditation. So there we go. We're going to look at all of that together. I will do that right now, bring it all together. And we're going to tap it through, just allowing your breath to take in what it needs, whatever it needs from this. Now remember, if I say things that trigger you, notice that area because you got something in there that's trying to talk to you. If there are parts of this you're like, yeah, whatever, that's probably your for sure your body mind going, that's not interesting to me. I'm not going to take that in. It's the parts, then there are parts that you might go, yeah, 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 that's me. Great. That's good too. That'll be your body just working through that. But I always find when I'm receiving a session, it's the thing my practitioner says that triggers me, that my mind starts honing in on that thing. And I want to say, that's not me. They made a mistake there. And as soon as I hear myself doing that, I go, all righty then. That's exactly what I need to breathe on. That's my little trigger. So I see that trigger as part of what my liver might skip through, what my other organs might skip through. And I kind of go through my body and feel into what do I need to allow to move? What do I need to just sit here with and breathe so it does move? And when I do that, I can repeat the thing my practitioner said over and over again until it no longer triggers me. I don't do it too much. You're not going to do this every day, but for a few minutes, I check in. I go, okay, she said that. It's triggering me. Okay, let's just tap through the body. Let's breathe. Let's find it. Let me find it. And usually I find a location. I'll say it again and I'll breathe. And then I'll say it again and it's gone. So it doesn't take too many times. If it's going to be over 3 times and it becomes a mantra, forget it. You didn't find it. You didn't pick the thing that is the most necessary. All right, teaching a lot today. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out so I can continue doing this good work for everyone. And yeah, see you next week. Bye, everyone.